important to me to have been selected to represent London and the UK in the Future Cities Future Fashion Show. I consider myself a Londoner. I've been living in London for over 10 years now, and for the last 6 or 7 years I've been living in Dalston in East London, which is, I'm very happy here. It's a really lively, creative area, lots of people, like-minded people, artists, designers. So the handmade kind of London local thing is very, very important to me, and it's very exciting to have an opportunity to try to represent that on a larger scale. I've been asked to represent the following 3 themes: energy, regeneration and buildings. For energy, I started looking at the most obvious thing. I looked at different sorts of energy in London: electricity, gas, different ways of powering different things, looking at sort of greener, more recent buildings that are more sustainable, and looking at wind farms and how gracious and elegant they are, and that got me thinking about the grace of the movement of the body, and looking at contemporary dance. So it's very important to me to have a garment that very clearly shows the silhouette of the human body as it's moving, but also to have an element in that garment that flows and demonstrates the idea of energy and movement. So it's quite literal. For my regeneration garment, I hope to create a gown that will have one part flowing out of another part, 2 quite different parts, created using recycled or salvaged yarns, which are becoming more readily available. And I think that's a really important part of the theme for that garment. And for buildings, I started out looking at all my favourite buildings around London, famous landmarks, and I hope to create a dress that is very structured and perhaps reflects the shape or idea of one of my more favourite buildings. I found some lengths of chain that sort of in my head will represent steel in a building quite well. And what I want to do, I've done a little test piece here, is crochet into the chain and use that to create panels that will go around the body, sort of like a bodice or a corset. My aim with this, with my involvement in this project, is to make fashion more accessible on a sort of global scale for people that find it intimidating or slightly terrifying, which I do sometimes, and also to promote sustainability, which I know is an important issue both for myself and for WSP.